Lee is standing by with the Sprott School of Business at Carleton University. He's in Ottawa today. Hey, Ian, good to see you as always. What do you think about this?
My pleasure, Todd. I mean, I'm not shocked. I mean, because we were expecting this to happen, these numbers to be that ugly. And let's be clear, they're really, really ugly. In my adult life, I've never seen anything like this. And I lived through the 1981 recession when interest rates went to 20%. I was a mortgage manager at that time. It's just truly unprecedented. Every sector, every industry across the economy was just hammered. I mean, and we know that from the unemployment statistics, but when you see the GDP decline, I mean, I obviously was not around in the Depression, but this seems, in terms of the numbers, to rival what they experienced in the Great Depression in the 1930s. It was that apocalyptic, that devastating. It's just remarkable.
And I guess
we'll be talking about this for a long time to come.
We definitely will be. The question is, and let me pose it to you, is this a temporary, is this sort of an acute thing, or is this something that's going to play out now over the months to come?
This is the question that everybody is looking at. I mean, all the economists are looking at this, the policy analysts, and of course, government and decision makers. StatsCan did report a 3% increase in a GDP for May. Now, this is an early, so-called flash number. It's subject to final verification and audit and all that good stuff. What this suggests, because I have great confidence that StatsCan have they've done their measures properly, it suggests that we have gone through the sharpest yet shortest decline ever in our country. It looks like, if not a V, well, it's gone down very sharply and now it's going back up. The question is how close is it going to return to what it was before the lockdown, before the COVID crisis? And that's really now what's being debated. The economy is already coming back. That's the good news. The news that we're not so sure of is how much of it is coming back. I mean, we know that accommodation and hospitality and restaurants and sports and entertainment they're just getting destroyed. And the numbers, they had the worst numbers too, by the way, in the declines today, but they're not coming back. So parts of the economy are coming back, parts of the economy are not coming back. And then the question is, how big is that gap once the numbers materialize?
Yeah, and also, I mean, Canada is so interconnected when it comes to trade and our deep relationship with the United States. And so even if the situation here, Ian, is getting better, which it is, we are so closely tied to the U.S. and to the Europeans and the Chinese that what's going on there has a huge impact on us, too.
Todd, you're absolutely correct. And the fear now with the United States is, as these numbers explode in the United States and they're starting to re-lock down in some places, such as in Texas, this is going to drag down the very small green shoot recovery that was occurring in the U.S. And we are inextricably interconnected with the United States. I mean, roughly two-thirds to just over two-thirds of the totality of our exports to the world go to the United States. And so even if we are, and we have broken the back of based on the numbers in Canada, and the Prime Minister suggested that very clearly, at the same time, because we're so dependent on the U.S., we are going to be dragged down by the continuing very bad news coming out of the States on their response and on their success or lack of success in ending or bringing the COVID crisis to an end.
Let's hope May is better. In the meantime, Ian, thank you so much. Good to talk to you and see you again.
My pleasure, Todd. Thank you.